Job on a Mercury Villager 1995. There's the rotor that just came out of the car. There is the new rotor. Let's take a close look. Ooh, nice and blue from overheating. And it's a nice little lip right there. And it's all chewed up like an RPM 78. Here are the brake pads. There's the one that was in the car. Boy, doesn't it look lovely. Look how thin it is. There's one that's going in the car. Yeah, much better. So, new brake pad. Old brake pad. Old rotor. Yeah. So, I gotta compress that. Make sure the pad's fit in. And I'll put it all back together and do the other side. Now car properly supported. I don't know if you can see it or not. Yeah, there it is. There's my C-clamp. There's my impact wrench. There's my jack. There's my jack stand. Alright, there we are. You gotta compress this piston to get the new pads on. See it right there? That's the thing. That's the compressor. See these welding pliers right here? These are really good. Look, watch. You can put welding pliers right there and use this to turn the compressor because it's got this little hole right there. Fits right on this. Because if you try and turn this with your fingers, I mean, unless you're super strong, which I'm not, you can't really turn it. You have to put like pliers on it to get it to turn. I found these in a toolbox and they work perfectly. They fit right there, see? Now let me get them on there. There we go. And then you can just turn this and it will compress that, which is what you need to do because you can probably see how thin that is. Because these, oh man, it's like rough, thin, totally worn out. So they gotta go. So anyway, got me some brake lube. And that's going on there. And we're gonna see how this goes. More later. See that? See that? I've been working on this for an hour. I can't get that thing to compress. This thing right here. That thing right there, the bleeder screw, is apparently frozen rust solid shut. Now I've got the caliper or the rotor on. That's fine. Every time I put the brake pads in the caliper, there's not enough room for them to go onto the rotor. I have worked for an hour or more to try and compress these with no luck. Here is one of the little cheap ass things I bought at Harbor Freight, which may partially be the reason that it doesn't work, but notice how it bent out like this. I don't know if you can see it or not, but the threads are completely stripped. And there was so much pressure on it, it just, ripped them, and it won't compress anymore. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but obviously it's operator error. If anybody's got any suggestions on what to do, I'd really appreciate it. There is the master cylinder reservoir. You can see it's open. And it's not full, and what in the hell am I doing wrong? Sure would appreciate some help. Thanks. Compress this as much as it was going to compress. And I compressed it and it was flush, and now it's starting to come out again, so maybe there's residual pressure there, but this was all the way flush. And I waited inside the house for a few seconds, and now it's coming back out. See? That's strange. That's kind of strange. So I guess I need to compress this real fast and then stick this on there, because it won't go on there now. Alright, that's an interesting thing. I figured it out on my own, sort of. Got it on. Brake pads are in there. I was having, this is funny. This is one of the funniest things ever. I was having a heck of a time getting this caliper back on here. It kept getting stuck right here. I couldn't get it to, go all the way on. And I was prying on it. I was cussing it. I was like shaking with rage. And I couldn't imagine why I couldn't get that on there. As you can see, it fits right on there easily. Well, come to find out, see this caliper bolt? I had not taken it completely out. I'd left it in, so it was sticking out through the other side. And because these pads were, the pads that were on there were so thin and these are thick, it didn't have enough room for the caliper to go onto this knuckle, so it kept hanging right there. And I was looking at it and I was like, God, what's wrong with this? And then I looked at that caliper pin and I said, oh, I bet it's, see this, here's the other one. I bet that's hanging it up. Sure enough, I screwed this all the way out and then it slid right on there. So there's a lesson to be learned there. I don't know what the lesson is, other than, don't be stupid. But anyway, life lesson learned. Okay, it's on there. This one's done. There is the big spot of brake fluid from where I had to bleed the caliper or open it up so it would compress this piston in. I don't know if I got any air in it or not. I don't think I did. I compressed it and it was coming out and I tightened it up, so probably didn't suck any air in back in there. If I did, well, I guess I'll have to do something about that. Oh man, I see why people pay money to do this. It's kind of a hassle if you're not doing it all the time. I bent that thing because I had too much pressure in the caliper. It shouldn't have been like that. If you're bending it like that, then you need to open up a bleeder screw. There's my advice to you, because it shouldn't do that. Other side, this side, the other side. This first side's done. Yay! I started the car, checked it out, got a firm pedal. This has gone a whole lot easier, probably from all of the things I learned on the first side. Now here you can see the piston's fully pushed in. What a good helping of brake lube I got from AutoZone. Good stuff. Right there. I'm going to put the pads on. Hopefully this thing will all go back together. See this little pin right here? On the other side, that was the problem I had getting the caliper on. I was pushing the caliper on and it wouldn't go on, and I was like, what in the hell's wrong with it? Dumbass that I am, I left this sticking out about a half an inch so that it was catching. So I wouldn't go on. Alright, dumbass award. Hey, woohoo, I win. I win the internet for today. Well, alright. There's the new rotor. So let me put all this back together and let's see if it works. Job done. At least the rotors and the brake pads and everything are put back together. Let's see if they're actually done. Here's an example of what one of the pads looked like that I took off. Ooh, isn't it just lovely? Now that little dent in the middle is from where I put a C-clamp on it to compress the piston, but so that wasn't there. But the rest of it you can see is like super thin, super thin. There's another one on the other side. The outer pad, equally in poor condition. I've had this car almost 3 years and I've never touched the brakes, so that's what the pads look like. And here are The rotors. Yeah. I don't know if you can quite tell. There's all kind of grooves there, and there's this little lip right there all the way around it. The other one's in the same way. Notice the blue. It means it got real hot. That's what I'm told it means. Well, I'm gonna go road test this car and let's hope it works. Here we are in the car. The van, I should say. There's the brake pedal. It's firm. I don't know if you see it or not. But, it seems pretty firm to me. Not spongy or anything. So let's try it out. See how this goes. I'm going to shut this off while I back up because, well, brakes aren't working. I need to be able to use both hands really quick. Driving along in the neighborhood I'm going on. Let's see, about 20 miles an hour, I guess. And let's hit the brakes and see what happens. Car stops. Okay. Didn't hit them hard, but firmly. So a kid runs up in the ball. Stops. Sure don't grab or anything. Coming up at a stoplight, I'm going 20 miles an hour, stop sign, let's see what happens. Stops. Stops promptly. Responsively. Gotta watch what I'm doing. This on cross traffic doesn't stop here, so I need to keep an eye on what I'm doing. Hold on, let's turn and go down this way. These are new rotors and ceramic pads. I got them relatively cheaply on Rock Auto. I think it was about $85 for all of it. That's including shipping. So, the pedal feels firm. It doesn't feel spongy in any way. I don't notice any, obvious problem behavior. I touch the brake pedal, the brakes engage. Here I am coming up on another stop sign, going about 25 miles an hour. There's a car coming, so I'm slowing down. Here we go, and I'm going to turn right, so let's touch the brakes and see what happens. What happens is I stop. No squeals, no whistles, no pops, no fizzes. Seems to me they're working just fine. Here's another car coming, so I'm pulling over to let it go by. I don't notice anything unusual about the braking at all. I don't know if it's just my imagination, but it seemed maybe that my pedal was maybe even a little firmer when they had the old brakes on, but that could just be, the testing effect. You can't really say. I don't have any objective measure to say that. All I can say is that they're responsive. The car stops. I don't have any issues with what's going on. I'm now going 30, which is probably a little too fast in this neighborhood, so let me hit the brakes. Okay. Now I'm going to hit them a little bit harder right up here, right now. Okay, there we go. Well, all right. Okay. Guess we're good. I'll let you know. I'll report back if there's anything unusual.